So what's up guys? So guys, in this video we will be comparing two phones. One is Samsung budget oriented phone which is known as Samsung On 7 Prime, and the other one is Xiaomi's newly launched Redmi Note 5 Pro. So let's compare it, shall we? So before I begin this video, I must tell you that I will give you all the specification and features you need to know about both of these devices. Yes, and I will tell you in the end which is the best device for you. So let's begin this comparison. So first we'll talk about Samsung On 7 Prime. Yes, so it is having 5.5 inches of screen. On the other hand, Redmi Note 5 Pro is having 6 inches of screen, which is 18:9, which we needed in this year because all the 2017 flagship has used this 6 inches of screen. So we need this in 2018. So yeah, so moving on to its storage. So Samsung On 7 Prime is having 4GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage. On the other hand, same case with Redmi Note 5 Pro, which is having 4GB of RAM, 64GB of internal storage. So now let's talk about its processor. So On 7 Prime is having Exynos octa-core processor. So yeah, on the other hand, Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 Pro is having Snapdragon 636, which is good enough to play games and charge your phone, and camera is also good of this, what you say, that Qualcomm Snapdragon processor. So processor in my opinion is good. So processor wise, I'll give this Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 Pro a star. So processor wise, now let's talk about its camera. So Samsung On 7 Prime is having 13 megapixel of front facing camera and 13 megapixel of rear facing camera. So yeah, so now let's talk about Redmi Note 5 Pro camera. So the front facing camera is of 20 megapixel with the LED flash. So the rear facing camera is dual camera. So the upper one is of 5 megapixel and the lower one is of 12 megapixel and with dual tone LED flash. So now let's talk about its battery. So the Samsung On 7 Prime is having 3300 mAh battery, which is good. And on the other hand, Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 Pro is having 4000 mAh battery, which is good enough to keep your phone one day long. If you are a heavy user, it will almost take you up to half a day. That must be it if you are a heavy user, but it can take you up to one day if you're not using it too heavily or not playing so much games on it, or not getting pressure on the processor on the phone, or not heating up that much. Otherwise it doesn't heat, but although it can take you up to one day. So in my opinion, battery wise, you should go with Redmi Note 5 Pro. Yes. So now let's talk about what they have given you in the phone, which is MIUI 9 of Redmi Note 5 Pro. They will give you MIUI, their typical UI, which is MIUI 9, not newly launched, but they have launched like few months ago. They have launched MIUI. So yeah, so now Samsung give you their typical UI, which you have seen it many of the Samsung devices, you have seen it. They give you that UI in this phone. So yeah, so now let's talk about their prices, different prices. Yeah, so the On 7 Prime is having a price of 14,990, which is almost about 15,000. And on the other hand, Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 Pro is about 14,000. Yes, 14,000 is the price of this device, Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 Pro, which is good enough in my opinion. So if you talk about my opinion, which would I choose from these devices, these both devices, which will I choose? So I will genuinely go with Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 Pro because they are giving more features, and all the things I needed in the phone, they are giving me that feature. So I will go with Note 5 Pro. So if you are still confused about sensors, so some of the sensors are missing in on 7 Prime. So yeah, on 7 Prime are missing in some of the sensors, but it still has fingerprint sensor in it. So but on the other hand, the Note 5 Pro is having all the sensor you needed in the phone. All the sensors are present in this phone, so you can buy it. In my opinion, you should buy Note 5 Pro because it is the best phone for you in this price range. So you should go with it. So if you want me to do any comparison for phones, like more phones, if you want me to do that, like Note 5 Pro and Mi A1, I can also do that. Tell me in the comments. So please tell me. So if you like this video, you know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and that's pretty much it. You have done that. So until next time, it's been Pranav.